Sports betting brethren, hey, bring it up, and thanks for stopping by. My name is Boyd, I'm a sports betting market analyst with OddsJam.com. We teach you how to bet like a pro. Today we're talking about what are the best tools? What are the best tools to use for college football and NFL to be profitable? I'm going to go through all the tools that OddsJam provides, and I can tell you, you don't need to know a left tackle from a free safety in order to profit and make money betting on college football and the NFL. What you need to know is how to use the markets, how to use the data insights and the tools at OddsJam, and it does it for you. It really does it profitably over and over consistently. So let's take a look. All right, guys, before we get into the betting tools for football at OddsJam, I want to talk to you about an opportunity just to do a one-on-one conversation, phone call, whether it's a Google Meet or a Zoom call, just to talk to you about your systems, your methods, your approach, and how it's been working for you, and also to talk to you about the use of OddsJam and incorporating that to be profitable, betting on not just football but many other sports going forward. So please take advantage of that. I'll leave my email down below. It's boyd@oddsjam.com. You can email me. We'll set up a time to help you out and get that off and running. In the meantime, once you decide you want to go forward using OddsJam as a new user, you can use Boyd20, BOYD20, as 20% off the first 2 months of your OddsJam subscription. What a beautiful time. Perfect time, right? You got football, basketball, hockey, everything's going on. It's perfect time of the year. So make sure you take advantage of that Boyd20 for the 20% off first 2 months. And let's get into the tools of football. All right, guys, here we go into the betting tools of OddsJam. These are the tools you're going to use to identify positive expected value, profitable bets. And here at the homepage of OddsJam, you can quickly find the positive expected value page. Now, what I am pulling up here is you're going to see obviously some NHL, some UFC, some college football, things like that. But you're going to see some NFL plays in here. And so basically, if you go in here and you hit this play button, it's going to continuously pull it up on the parameters and the settings you have this set to. So, for example, if you've got an opportunity to look at this total here in the Jets-Eagles game, you could consider opening this up, seeing some positive expected value relative to also a market width, bet size, things like that. Now, you certainly are going to be looking for things probably a little higher in the 2.5 upwards percent edge on this side of things. But again, that's a first stop and a first place you can look as a betting tool to show you that these markets, as you hit these games, are going to reveal what the prices are doing and the average prices, the best prices, and where and why you would go take advantage of a particular wager and a particular price. And as we'll show you here in a minute, OddsJam also will show you the tracking of the lines. Okay, so here you have the odds screen. I've shifted over to the odds screen, which is a betting tool that I use all the time, because you can see here it shows you the color coordinated changes as they're happening in the market. So this is indicating that this went from plus 480 down to plus 410. So that's a move on the money line side for the Broncos on a Thursday night game with the Chiefs. But this money line information will show you some direction of the markets. And of course, you can plop into the point spread area. Again, this is going to be the same thing you can use for college football as well, because it all is put together very, very easily, very, very quickly to see the markets as they adjust. And if you want to track and trace the history of a particular line, let's say you want to look up the traffic flow at Circa, you can do that by hitting this. And then certainly over here to the right, you can see the quick history of how it's changed in price and changed in odds and things like that. So that's obviously another tool that as a top-down bettor, I'm looking for the market best price and the direction. Try to follow the leader. Try to follow the elephant, so to speak, in the mainline bets. And of course, you can jump into the other markets. You can jump into the player prop markets and find different values in all of these. Let's take a look at what I'm talking about here with that. So again, the player prop markets, as you jump into here, all of these other markets are areas you can pull up and delve into. So your player props, as I mentioned, let's say you want to do player passing touchdowns. It's got everything. OddsJam is vast. It's robust. It has the data that you need and to know and understand the value and pricing, and so you can make a decision without putting yourself at risk of spending too much and not getting enough by using all these tools, all these markets, guys. So just it's so large and so much to have the positive expected value page along with the fantasy optimizer to go in here and set the parameters on. Obviously, you can set this on the league. You can use this tool to go in and say, if you use one NFL, You can set up this fantasy optimizer at the various sports books and bet platforms that you would want to take a look at, and it does all the work for you. So it does all the hunting for you. I'm going to show you another way in a minute that you can get deep and go in individually on a particular game. But if you just want this to do the research and the homework for you, it's gonna pop up these positive EV percentages. It's gonna give you the game. It's gonna give you the play, the market type. It's gonna give you the details of what you need to know at the various sports books. So again, this is another tool of many that you really can take advantage of. And I'm going to show you another one if you want to get deep on an individual game, if you have a particular game in mind that'll hold true for both college and NFL. Okay, so I went back to the home page and we go to football, and let's just say we want to go to a college game. This is going to, again, hold true for both NFL and college football. But what's going to do is going to pull up the news, the analysis, and the information on each individual game. And let's just say you want to pull up any random game. It's going to scroll. Let's take a look at this Syracuse-Florida State game. So you click on that. It's going to open up the mainline markets. It's going to open up the charts and the data for the money line, the mainline bets. So here you have the money line wagers. And then, of course, further on down, you have the point spread markets. You can see some of the sports books. See sort of the midline here where that market is at minus 17.5 with Florida State. Some of the best pricing. And, of course, the OddsJam and as well as the Pinnacle lines are down here. So you can see this minus 17 is a good value. So you can kind of see what's going on in the point spread area. You can also go into the over-under. Okay, so this is an area where you can see that the market price right now is about 56, right around plus or minus. So if if you're playing the over, if you get 56.5, you kind of see where the best pricing is if you want to play on the over. And then in addition to that, you can do alternative lines. You see where it says view alternative lines? Well, if you hit that, this is sort of like options trading. You can go in and you can open up these markets and go up or down the scale. If you think this is going to be far over the number, at the money price, you can open this up and I'll show you here what that looks like. Right, as I mentioned, this is sort of like options trading. You can go in here, you can see the market. This is on the total for that Florida State Syracuse game. Obviously, the market's right around 56, but there's pricing. There is pricing for an over 44.5. You can go to this particular sports book and this one as well and get minus 440. These guys are at minus 705. Why in the world would you go make that bet at that location on this alternative market total at the Florida State Syracuse game? Again, as we scroll down here, you can see as we get closer to that market price, you're going to get a little bit of value here. And I can contrarily show you that this is more of a value at plus 120 than these guys here at plus 116. So again, you can pick and choose, and you're going to get more of these sports books, more of this data closer to game time. These are alternative markets, and this is something that you can use as a tool, especially in the NFL. When you have the efficiency of the market, you can use this tool on the spreads and the totals in the NFL because you get some good value by being a little bit off of a key number, and that's a good time to use it. But you can see you could actually go place a wager under 54.5 at plus 106. If you wanted to, you very well could. Or, you can go far over it, and you think this game is going to be, 42-30, and a really high scoring game. So you don't mind going above the market price of 56 and say you're going to, bet that over and take plus 170. If you think it's going to be a super high scoring game, you could go and get that price and achieve this number versus the plus 147, which is how you mathematically profit by getting the best price at the best book for the situation that you're in. So we're going to go back here again, knowing you can go into an individual game, as I mentioned, and do research and pull up information on a specific game. You can do the drop down here and pull up the schedule to show all the other games. Sky's the limit, guys. So, but again, these are the tools. These are the methods you can use to do your homework. And again, OddsJam's going to provide all of it for you. It's just your choice on how you want to use this data. And I do want to show you one more thing, just kind of at random. I'm going to pull up. Again, it's just absolute random here. Let's do the Seahawks-Bengals game. So I'm going to kind of show you again at random what you can do. Betting, I call it options, which is alternative markets. And let's say you want to do the point spread. So again, this is something you can use if you're doing teaser bets. And you can go and see if the market making books are offering value at other key numbers, and if they are or aren't, it's kind of good information to know. So when this opens up, we'll take a look. Okay, and right now they don't have the full gamut of them, but you can see here there's some choices. I mean, you don't have to take -3, you can take -2.5, and then here's some best pricing at these particular books. Interesting how this is all the way up to -144. OddsJam Perfect Lines at -112, so this seems to be sort of the market price here. But if you go up and down, again, those are sort of different prices for different risk factors. But if you do your math and you know your numbers, especially some key numbers and key percentages, you really can structure your value propositions by using OddsJam as a tool in all these different areas and endeavors. So again, you have all the different choices, all the different markets, all the different data. And again, using the market makers as true north gives you some insight on where they want you to be, where they don't want you to be, and then you can go hunt and find other outlier prices to be profitable and get the best of the number, the best of the odds, and the best of the payout. I know, guys, lots of information, tons of information. It's very robust. It's very massively beneficial tool to find the positive expected value, the values and the bets. And you're going to get to the point where you really don't even want to place a bet until you've checked with OddsJam, you've checked with the lines, you've checked with the various sports books, and you know you're getting the best price, the best situation, and or you just don't even place the bet at all because you don't really want to get into a situation that doesn't make sense. So having the tools, having the mathematically profitable data is really the way to go. It's the way you have to go. And again, you don't need to know a quarterback from a free safety to, understand how to use these tools to be profitable. So that's what you have going for you. And again, if you want to take advantage of the free phone call we have set up, talk to you about your situation, where you're located, to help you, put together a game plan, a betting plan, so you can be very profitable and very successful with whatever budget you have, please drop me an email, boyd@oddsjam.com. So appreciate you stopping by. Again, if you have any questions, leave them down below. Let's go make some mathematical money.